Alright y'all, welcome back to another. Today, we're about to be reacting to God's growth again. We got the subtitle NBA details you totally missed. Before we get into the video, make sure I hit the note and subscribe. Let's go ahead and check this out. What think I just said?
Sometimes, if you were to just take a second look at things, you'll discover little details that you might not have necessarily noticed the first time around. The title of this video pretty much explains it all, so without further ado, let's get straight into it. You know what they say, television only allows you to see what they want you to see. And during this Jimmy Kimmel segment called Hell Hoop, they thought they were slick. Arsenio Hall told LeBron James that he has 3 chances to make a single shot. And if he does, then $25,000 will be donated to his charity. But this wasn't your normal hoop. He had to try and make it while the basket was moving, and with several other distractions.
Hell Hoop! That was so close. Unbelievable.
I guess the third time really is the charm. Well, not exactly, because if you look closely, you'll see that there's actually a random ball in the corner for some reason. And why is that even significant? Because if you were to go back and watch it again, you'll realize that none of his 2 misses were even close to bouncing towards that area. It was just sitting there perfectly still as if it's been there for quite a while, which is strange considering that it wasn't even there when they first began. And also considering that it only took him a quick 3 shots to complete the challenge. Or maybe that's what they want you to believe. Now, one could argue that maybe the live version of the show was different, and that they just decided to cut up the segment to save time. Well, no, because he literally said that he only has 3 tries to do it before they got started.
You have 3 chances to make the shot.
You have 3 chances to make the shot.
And then they all celebrate as if that's actually what went down, when obviously that's not what happened. So it looks like we just successfully exposed the show for trying to make us believe that it only took LeBron 3 shots to make it, when this suspicious ball seen here suggests otherwise. Regardless of how many attempts it took, I'm sure we can all agree that he made one hell of a shot. We all know that the Bulls and Knicks were huge rivals back in the 90s, and one of the most famous moments between them was this dunk that took place during the 1993 Eastern Conference Finals.
There are 50 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Starks, yes! What a move by Starks, who was able to sky to the basket.
Then, not too long after, Topps used a photo of the moment for John Starks' 93-94 Stadium Club trading card, featuring Michael Jordan as one of the victims on the front. But then, fast forward 7 years later, Topps decided to use the image again for John Starks' 2000-2001 Topps Finest card. But this time, you'll notice that something is different from the one before. Take a look at the 2 cards side by side, and it shouldn't take you very long to figure it out. That's right, Michael Jordan is mysteriously missing on the one from 2000. And to prove that they actually did tamper with this picture, all you have to do is look at the original picture of the dunk, and you'll find a referee in the background. But on this card, the referee is nowhere to be found. Also, you can see Bill Cartwright directly in the middle between Horace Grant and Michael Jordan. But on the other card, there is no Michael Jordan for him to be in between. Once again, proving that some editing did in fact take place. Now, why in the world would Topps even bother to take Jordan out of the picture? Well, by the year 2000, Jordan had been under contract with Upper Deck for 8 years. So the theory is that Topps probably removed MJ from the card to avoid any issues with their rival Upper Deck. No one knows for sure if that's the actual reason behind it, but it's still very strange that they even took the time to do that nonetheless. Here we have another card that I'm sure everybody wishes was missing something, But unfortunately for us, and especially for him, something was captured by the cameraman that you won't be able to unsee once you spot it. Right now, you're looking at a Kelly Chapuka 1986 Fleer basketball trading card. And if you look around, you might find your eye on the ball. And I'm not talking about the basketball in his hands. I'm talking about a smaller ball, if you know what I mean.
But what the hell?
I'm pretty sure there's no need to provide you with any more hints any further. Now look, I'm not just pulling this out of thin air. This card is actually infamous for that microscopic detail. He has to live with the fact that although he was a two-time All-Star and averaged 26 points per game at one point, at the end of the day, this will sadly be what he is mostly known for. Remember that Draymond Green-Bradley Beal scuffle that took place a few years ago? Well, we're not talking about that specifically. I want to point to something he said in an interview afterwards.
You know, I think at the end of the day, you know, they're going to make out who they want to make out to be the bad guy. That's cool, but, you know, be fair across the board. You got presidents of teams giving middle fingers on national TV and nothing said. You know, you don't want to shine the light on somebody else. Make out someone else to be the bad guy, so.
The person he was referring to was Neil Olshey, the Portland Trail Blazers general manager, and the incident he was cryptically talking about occurred literally just the night before that Draymond and Beal fight. The Blazers were taking on the Clippers, and Blake Griffin came up clutch in the end.
Here we go. Griffin at distance for three and the win. Bingo! Blake Griffin knocks down a three. The Clippers escape Rose City with a win.
Now, of course, your natural reaction when witnessing an epic finish like that is to look at the players celebrating. But some people, including Draymond apparently, noticed Neil Olshey giving Blake Griffin a little hand gesture after that shot, clearly expressing how he felt losing the game. He tried to explain that that hand gesture was actually directed towards a close friend of his who happened to be a Clippers fan at the game, but people were not buying it. Many believed it was directed at Blake Griffin, who ironically was drafted by Neil Olshey back when he was the GM for the LA Clippers in the past. And it was reported that the late Paul Allen, the former owner of the Portland Trail Blazers, banned Olshey from ever watching the games in the arena to avoid something like that from happening again. During an interview that Donovan Mitchell had with Lisa Salters not too long ago, he was talking about how he was actually there in attendance when LeBron announced his decision to join the Miami Heat back in 2010. A 13-year-old Mitchell happened to be living in the area at the time. In fact, the decision took place just a few miles from where he grew up.
LeBron was my favorite player. It happened right down the street from where I went to middle school at Greenwich Country Day. So I was staying at a friend's house and we went up and sat there for about 2 hours waiting for LeBron to show up.
Donovan, along with the rest of the basketball world, watched.
I think I was the only person that was excited for his announcement. I was the only one that probably celebrated. And I went and practiced in the same gym afterwards. I was like, he was sitting right here.
And as expected, people put on their detective hats and went ahead searching for where a 13-year-old Donovan Mitchell could be in the crowd. And some believe to have found him. It's definitely not clear enough to 100% confirm if that is him or not, but you still gotta give it up to the detective, so to speak, for even putting out the effort to find him. I don't know about you guys, but just the potential that it could be him is extremely fascinating on its own. I hope you guys enjoyed this fun little video of subtle NBA details you may have missed. Feel free to let me know some other examples that I may have missed down in the comments below. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.
Search something up, or if they looking for somebody, the media will find it. But hey, make sure y'all like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one.